Good morning, my crafty friends. Sparkle here. Today, I wanted to just do a mini page in one of my traveler's notebooks, and I wanted to show you that you can use any of your elements in a variety of ways. This was just a little journal I was making and dedicating to my husband. Um, Mike has lost his vision, and I am his caregiver now, and sometimes life throws you curves and you just deal with them. And I am honored to take care of him and be his helpmate and continue on our journey. So I was just doing some dedication pages to him, and I just used some digital elements from different kits. Some washi tape, very simple, a prayer for my husband, prayer for our family. I used a ticket up here and some cutout letters. This page, I just have a couple stickers and a stamp. And you can just put some of your pretties from any of your kits, different things you have in your stash or that you find on the internet, and quotes. Love is patient, kind, does not envy, does not boast. And you can just make it your own. So, yeah, this is around Valentine's Day, and here's the story of how we met in here. This opens up, and there's a story in there. And you can put some of your elements that you've made along the way, some of my clusters and things, you can incorporate them in your journals. This is just a card I liked, and one day I was just feeling overwhelmed, and, so I did a little page. My little escape. This one was napkin technique and just some heart elements, and it says he heals the brokenhearted, Psalm 147:3, and this is from Keys of the Kingdom, one of their digital elements. And I just love that you can even take a big kit and just cut it down and make it work. This is just some elements of different kits. Here's one of my little mason jar paper clips. There's a little prayer here. And this is the page I want to work on today. This kit was from one of the beautiful butterfly kits from My Porch Prints. I cut it in half, and this time I outlined it. I cut around the outline rather than keeping any of the page on it. I printed it on sticky back paper. It's Mako full sheet clear labels. And I'm just going to show you a very simple technique to add some color to my page. Here's your tip of the day. If you have access to a Dollar Tree or a dollar store and you can find these cutting boards, this is the one that I use to dye my strips and cheesecloth and my sari ribbon, my seam binding. This is my mat that I dye all that on. And it just washes off. You can stick it in the dishwasher. But if you cut it in half and you round your corners, you have perfect spots to put behind your pages if you're going to be adding paint and color so it doesn't go into the other pages. So that's Sparkle's tip of the day. Now, this is going to be very, very simple. Okay. So I have this illustrated page, but I have another mat here. You could use one of these. And I'm just going to add a little of my oxide distress ink. And I know it's hard to see there. And just activate it with a little bit of water. And I want it a little deeper, so I'm just going to, there. You don't need much. This is probably way too much. But then I'm going to take some of this packing tape, bubble wrap. I think it's called bubble wrap. And I'm just going to put some on my corners here. Just add a little. And this will dry relatively fast. Okay. because then the butterfly is going to nest in those corners. So I just like to use things I have around the house. I don't have a lot of supplies. I know I reuse a lot of the stuff in different elements and different ways, but you could add deeper color if you want. But I think that's perfect. And I will just mop this up. And I save these. These are paper towels, and I save these. And when they're dry, I can also cut them up and put them in some of my books. So I'm just going to let this dry for a minute. While that's drying, I want to ink my pages. This is just a piece of packaging that I'm using so that I can go off the page and not disturb my drying. Yep. I always try to show you a little tip or something that I might use that I like. And this is pretty much dry, so and these you could just throw in the sink and wash them up when you're done. So I like that. I was teaching a Bible journal class workshop at our church before COVID, and I had a bunch of these for the ladies, and I would just throw them out there and they'd all grab them. And you need to put something white behind it so you can see where you're going. And they were like, "Oh, where do you get all this stuff?" And I said, "A lot of it's from the Dollar Tree. A lot of it's just you look at something and then you see how you can repurpose it." Okay, so it doesn't need a lot. Let's get all this out of here. Not a whole lot of room on my desk. So I cut these in half. I'll see how that's going to just pick it up. I'll trim that off later. I cut these in half because I found that the book folds better when they're cut in half, and it doesn't leave a crease there. So let's it's sticky back, so let's start with the top and just get it as close to the seam as you can, and make sure you got no wrinkles. And when it's a bigger image, you just got to take your time a little bit because it can get away from you. This happened to have a perforation, so see, I just like that. I guess I could have done a pink or something, but that was on my desk, and I'm happy with it. So take this off, and then just try to line up where you see the image up here. It doesn't matter that it goes off. Whatever goes off, you can trim. I had a little something up there that I meant to cut off before. So I want to make sure I get this one tight. My Porch Prince did a beautiful, beautiful job on these, in my opinion. So let's just cut this off. Okay. And then I just had a word, rest in him. And I'll have to look up a verse to put on here. But this also was just cut from a kit, so it's on sticky paper. Oops, I'm sorry. Fingers aren't working again today, huh? Come on, Sparkle. There you go. just put that up here. Oops. And I added brown ink to it because it was white. And then you might take something from your stash if you want to put a bookmark or something up here. I have this little envelope. I might just put that up there. And find one of my little paper clips. Oh, I know what I can use. Oh, hold on. How about one of my little paper clips that I made yesterday? One of my little dangles. So you can put that on there. Or you can put that on there too. There's lots of things you could do. I'm keeping this simple. I can journal on here later. And I just wanted to see what you could do with a beautiful element. Put it in your little traveler's notebook, and you are good to go. So be blessed, my friends. Have a beautiful day. And remember, you can always rest in Him, and He will show you the way. Bye now.